Hello, my name is Stephen Halla. I am a graduate from devCodeCamp. I'm here today to talk about my collections app that has a focus on video game collections. The technologies used is JavaScript for the front end with React, Node, and Axios. For styling, I use Material UI and Recharts. For the back end, I use Python and Django. For my database, I use MySQL. The following project, Game Booky, was done in a 10-day sprint. Throughout most of my life, I have been a collector, which first started out with baseball cards when I was 6 years old. I never even watched baseball, and thinking back on it, I have no idea why I had such an interest in baseball cards. A couple of years later, I started to collect comic books, and then on to Pokemon cards when that craze happened, and then finally to video games. As you can see, I just love to have collections. One of the problems that I have been run into as of late was buying multiple copies of the same video game. When you own over 500 NES titles, these kinds of problems start to happen. I have talked to other game collectors who have similar issues. With Game Booky, it will be much easier for video game collectors to track their collections, more so than with using Google Spreadsheets, which is how a lot of people currently track their collections. Go over to our app. Let's check out our register and login. As you can see, I already have all this information pre-filled out, so we can go ahead and create our accounts. And one of the things that you will notice is that the state of our nav bar will change based upon whether or not we are currently logged in or logged out. And as you can see, we have the logout right here. We're going to click this, and boom, back to login and register. Over here, I have it pre-filled out for the login, which I will now submit. And one of the first things I want to check out is the game list view. As you can see, we have all these video games right here that are colored differently based upon whether or not you currently own the game. So we have remove, and the game is now this color, and we add, it goes back to green. If we go to view game, we can see all the information for that title listed. Now, as you can see right here, we have a search by game info section. So we can go by title, we can search our video games by genre. We can also do this by the system, which is really nice. It makes it a lot easier to go through for these collections. And then finally, though, we can go through the value of video games just to see if we have a certain budget and we want to have video games within a certain amount, or if we want to have the most expensive video games. This will make that a lot more easier. Going on over to our profile view, we can see that the total value of our collections is $94. With this pie chart here, we can see the value of each of our video games based upon the total value, so we know which of our video games has the most value with a very easy to look way. Going down here, we can actually see the game count by release year for our collections. We can also see the game count by system. So if you want get games by specific systems like the NES, for example, or in this case PS2 and Genesis, we can see how many games we have for each system. And right here, there is our current collections that are in our collections. And here we can just go delete, take it right out of there, so it's a lot easier to do. A couple of future features that I plan to build out for this is I plan to use an external API to fill out the database with more entries. I would like to have every video game for all the major systems to be on the app. I also plan on building an update function so users can adjust price based on the condition of their items, i.e. whether or not they're boxed or loose. And thank you very much for watching this video, and have a pleasant rest of your day.